Why is it that A'ja Wilson continuously promotes and hangs out with the worst of the worst? Like, could you imagine? So, I'm not. This person goes by. Like, I'm not even going to freaking give them a name because I don't think they're worth the time. Like, what you can look up the crimes this person has committed. You can look up the things this person has said about WNBA players.
A'ja Wilson recently shared a photo that's creating a buzz in the WNBA, and it's not the one you might expect. What should have been a proud moment for her Nike sneaker launch has instead sparked controversy. The issue? She posed with someone who has been cyberbullying one of her teammates.
Read up the things this person has said about Jonquel Jones, about Paige Beckers, about Caitlin Clark, about Angel Reese, and other players.
And get this, her own mother even reacted with a heart emoji. You'd think someone as media savvy as A'ja Wilson wouldn't make such a big mistake, right? The fallout has been huge, with fans now combing through Caitlin Clark's old tweets, trying to shift the focus. But there's a lot more to this situation than just a bad photo moment.
Released her new shoes, her Nike shoes, right? At an event, and one of her close friends that's been a subject of a lot of controversy themselves that has said some things over time that has been pretty offensive to a lot of different people, it seems like, was at this event, okay? And I'm talking about the one that goes by the name of Dolores, right here on the left, right?
Let's break it down. A'ja Wilson celebrated the launch of her signature Nike Air Force One shoes this past Sunday, an exciting milestone for any athlete. But one photo from the event is sparking a lot of talk. In it, A'ja is seen with her arm linked with Dolores, also known as Michael McManus, a person infamous for relentlessly cyberbullying WNBA players. This individual has targeted black women in the league, including Angel Reese, J.N., Quell Jones, and Paige Beckers, with hateful, disgusting comments. We're talking about truly vile attacks aimed at the very women A'ja works alongside, crossing the line from criticism into harassment that's far beyond what's typical in basketball.
One of the most disgusting stuff you will ever see. But yes, this individual person, this is one of the maddest things. Like, this individual person is being responded to by like the people that run the WNBA spaces. Like, this person will start a Twitter space and suddenly you've got the WNBA media that complain about the new media getting opportunities that they don't get are in Twitter spaces interacting with this person.
What makes this even more surprising is that A'ja Wilson's own mother, Ava, commented with heart emojis on the photo, almost giving her approval of the friendship. When the mother of one of the league's biggest stars publicly supports someone who attacks other players, it sends a concerning message about what's considered acceptable behavior in the WNBA community.
The post drew a heartfelt reaction from A'ja's mom, Eva Wilson, as she dropped a string of heart emojis in the comments. A'ja Wilson was elated to have sold the first pair of her signature kicks. This was on Sunday. Holy crap.
The backlash came fast. Social media was flooded with fans questioning how A'ja, with her status in the league, could associate with a known cyberbully. One fan even commented, "This is why she's not the face of the WNBA," while others highlighted Dolores' long history of attacking players like Sabrina Ionescu and several others.
An example of why she's not the face of the WNBA. Fans heavily criticized A'ja Wilson's links up with controversial friend Michael McManus at Nike launch. And my goodness, social media did not miss on this.
Some fans are speculating that A'ja might be using Dolores to target colleagues she feels threatened by. Looking at the pattern, Dolores frequently criticizes players who could challenge A'ja's position, particularly Angel Reese. Meanwhile, A'ja stays silent, avoiding direct involvement in those comments. This has led many to question what's really going on behind the scenes.
McManus shared pictures with the Las Vegas Aces star on Instagram and his stories. The fans online shared screenshots of the Instagram stories and post heavily criticized A'ja for having a connection with McManus. One fan used her connection with the controversial figure as a reason to disregard Wilson's fate as the face of the WNBA.
The timing makes this even more concerning. The WNBA is seeing unprecedented growth, with more fans and visibility than ever before. When one of the league's biggest stars aligns with someone known for attacking other players, it sends a confusing message about what the league truly represents.
And is they're amplifying this person's posts. And the worst part about this is that you've now seen somebody who, again, runs the WNBA Twitter Spaces. I don't know if they're being paid or not, but there's a possibility that they are literally an employee of the WNBA. I don't know that for a fact, so I'm not saying that factually, but that is a possibility. And they are responding to this person in a positive way. And I'm like, this is mental. This is absolutely mental.
The big question everyone's asking is why? Why would A'ja Wilson, an MVP and a leader in the WNBA, choose to amplify someone who attacks her fellow players? This isn't just about one photo. It's about the values the league's top players are supposed to represent. At A'ja's level, every public association is a decision, and this choice has fans questioning her judgment and what it means for the unity within the league.
A'ja Wilson is not responsible for what that person says. She's not. Just like Caitlin Clark is not responsible for trolls, and Angel Reese is not responsible for trolls. The problem is that the people that are basically calling out Caitlin Clark for being responsible for the trolls are interacting with this guy, and it's crickets with A'ja Wilson. Like, Natasha Cloud has called out this person before and said, I've blocked this guy. The players that know him need to deal with him.
As the pressure mounted, A'ja Wilson finally spoke out, but her response wasn't the apology many were expecting. Instead, her dismissive reply sparked something even more concerning: a coordinated effort by her supporters to dig up dirt on Caitlin Clark. It showed just how far some fans would go to defend their idol, even when she's clearly in the wrong. After days of growing backlash, A'ja had the chance to take the high road, apologize for the association, clarify her position, or at least acknowledge fans' concerns. Instead, she posted a message on her Threads account that brushed off everyone's legitimate worries.
Say this, and I'm out because my little yeah said don't comment on stupidity. I can't help it. But if I strongly dislike someone or something so bad, I wouldn't spend a pinch of time engaging in it. But that's just me, and I understand we are all different. Okie dokie, I'm done. Blessed y'all. A'ja posted.
This response essentially dismissed fans' concerns as trivial, completely avoiding the real issue. A'ja didn't address her friendship with Dolores, the cyberbullying Dolores has directed at her colleagues, or why she's promoting someone who targets other women in the league. Instead, she essentially told everyone to mind their own business, which is deeply ironic given the situation. But hold on, the story isn't over yet.
Why are you making a video now? Well, because the plot thickened, I sat back in wait, and now they have tried to drag Caitlin Clark into this. I kid you not.
A'ja's dismissal triggered an immediate defensive response from her loyal fans. They launched what can only be called a desperate counterattack against Caitlin Clark's supporters, digging through Clark's old Twitter history in search of offensive terms like ashy, nappy, and even the N-word. Anything they could use to deflect attention away from A'ja's questionable decisions.
Entire year, probably 150 videos. And, you know, that comes up a lot, right? Questioning Brittany Griner. Well, you might be like, well, how did Caitlin Clark end up in this? Well, it seems A'ja Wilson fans may be trying to target Caitlin Clark to take the heat off of A'ja. The least that is what I'm gathering. I saw this and my mouth dropped. And this is making its way around now on various Caitlin Clark accounts online. Somebody pull up Caitlin's old tweets.
The desperation in their search was clear. After digging through years of Clark's social media posts, one frustrated fan reported back saying, "I'm afraid she's clean." Can you imagine how disappointed they must have been? They actually had to admit there was nothing damaging to use against her.
First word you searched was for the N-word. 100 with the ER. You people are sick. You people are sick, really. Look up monkey just in case. What in the world's going on? Nothing. We're out of luck says they're disappointed that they can't find any dirt on Caitlin Clark. How about this next one? Ashy, nappy. Wait a minute. Ashy's a thing? I mean, I don't understand. Is that a... Okay. Hell, I didn't know. April 2nd, 2024. This bitch is perfect.
This wasn't even Caitlin Clark's first encounter with digital harassment. When she entered the WNBA, people had already gone through her old posts, searching for anything they could criticize, something she's been unfairly subjected to time and time again.
People were trying to dig up dirt on her then. Man, a lot of you folks need hobbies. You really do. This Asia thing has blown up, though. It has blown up.
The situation reveals a troubling truth. A'ja Wilson is called out for a valid concern, her public connection with someone who has consistently attacked other women in the league. Instead of addressing this issue, she brushes it off as stupidity. Meanwhile, her supporters try to shift the focus by attempting to smear Caitlin Clark.
I'm taking that was some A'ja Wilson supporters maybe from last year when I guess all the Caitlin Clark stuff. Remember all the controversy around A'ja and Caitlin and the black or white privilege and all that. I assume that's what that is. Or
this goes beyond just basketball rivalry. It's about accountability and a clear double standard. Caitlin Clark somehow gets blamed for the actions of random internet trolls who support her, yet when A'ja Wilson actively associates with and amplifies someone who attacks her colleagues, her response is essentially, whatever, while her fans scramble to change the subject. If you think the Dolores situation is bad, it's just the latest chapter in a troubling pattern that's been building for a while. The real story here is how A'ja Wilson consistently seems to mobilize against players who threaten her spotlight, and it runs much deeper than this single incident.
Her saying she felt scared playing in Indiana when Indiana have the All-Star game, and then not giving a reason for feeling scared in Indiana, just said, you know, oh, I always just felt like the arena, something was going to pop off. And I'm like, why? Because there's actually fans there.